Hello all designers. This is a video I thought maybe it would be a good timing for me to make, since many of you have sent out comments that you're confused or that you haven't found your partners yet, or you haven't received feedback, and I wanted to take a chance to just communicate a couple of things about the design process and show you maybe some screen images of how the collaborative workbench is working. And maybe explain also some of our design features that we've been putting in. So first, thanks a lot for taking this extra part, which is to meet together with strangers or work alone, designing a lesson that hopefully you'll be able to use. And again, I think you'll get quite a lot out of the experience of designing. The first thing you might have noticed this past week is that we implemented notifications when somebody was that was on your design team went to the design page. And the reason we put this in is that we realized it would be almost impossible for you to ever know when you could be in the same page at the same time. So having a chat window only makes sense if you're both there with your green lights on. So we thought, okay, if it may be an extra email or two for them to get, but at least it will offer them a way of seeing if they happen to be on their email when the notification comes in. This partner is there now. Obviously you could make a scheduled time as well if you wanted to coordinate using the chat. So let me open up the workbench and show you some of the other features that we've been putting in. So here's the courseware, and I'll go down to week 2 here and to the design strand just to open up where we are right now. And then you're probably familiar with going into your design group, which will launch the workbench in a new window. You see here that I have two, so I've gone to the design group that I'm a member of, and I have two teammates, David and Miguel, and we have been chatting over the last few days to explore the kind of where we're all coming from. You see here in constructive feedback we have received, so on our design description we have received some comments from some unknown peer. Anonymous has its values in inquiry. Love the real-world aspect of this design. Our design, by the way, is going to help students explore ecology concepts, including food webs and predator-prey and niches and these kind of classic notions. And we're thinking about doing it as an introductory activity that helped give kids experience with the concepts and work with some simulations, most importantly from the Concord Consortium, although our peer reviewer suggests we might explore learning gizmos or Explore Learning. I see that's the name of the group. Explore Learning has some gizmos. So we'll have a look at that. If you remember, what was next is that we gave you an Etherpad with specific headers, which we also introduced here a link to wait to load it, because the way the Etherpad loads, it's slow sometimes for if you have a limited bandwidth. So we made that something that you actually click to load. And then here's the Etherpad. This one's from last week, but this week we had other headers that involved specifying the first 3 or 4 parts of the wiki page. Now Etherpad, you remember you can edit this live just by typing. So all I have to do is put my cursor down here and I type away. And we introduced this one, by the way, so that you could have sort of a messy space, which was yours to plan and type over each other even. You can change the colors of your pens. You can have some normal editing features there. But then when we go to the wiki is a place where you should see here that we have not, we're still probably like a lot of you, we haven't quite got to our design part yet. We'll try to do that today. next on my agenda, and I'm hoping that my two teammates will come in. That here is the more clean space where you really can work on the design. So in our case, it's called ecological interactions. And in a wiki, it's not the same as a Google Doc or an Etherpad where you just type. Here you have to click the edit page. Okay, so you click edit, and it's going to go into edit mode. Now if you go into edit mode, where you know you're there because you see this editing bar, and someone else from your team is already editing, you're going to see in red ink there, so-and-so individual is currently editing this page. If that happens, I would suggest that you sort of cancel, back out of editing, maybe write the stuff that you were planning on typing in the Etherpad, and just give your partner a chance, or actually you can just type over here in the chat, are you really editing? So in other words, you can't, two people can't edit the wiki page at the same time, and so it'd be very good to coordinate on that. But as you work together and you start populating this wiki page, this is where you're going to see your design come together. So far we've sort of unveiled the first four main parts of the design, and or main sort of prompts, and then the last one here is this: what is this activity structure? The activity structure is in essence the fine point description of the design, and you'll basically be saying, you know, what will be done by students. So I've put nice little italicized sub headers here so that you can get what I mean, but then when you add your response here, so you'll be in edit, you'll just take this out and start typing my response. Oh, you don't need it in red. You could. You can choose your color again. So that's the concept of the collaborative workbench. And again, we know that it's not working perfectly for everybody, or we've had some people that have slow bandwidth. That's why we took the Etherpad and made it you know, on command. We also know that not all the lessons are getting peer feedback. This is something that happens in MOOCs, is we do lose people over the weeks, but hopefully within your SIG there are enough people, and we have a leader for each of the SIGs that are going to help try to make sure you do get some input each week. No matter what, you have this wiki page that will contain your lesson design. You can plow ahead, even if you haven't seen, like I haven't seen my two partners this week, at least for the last few days. You can certainly plow ahead and just put whatever you feel is there on the wiki. If they come in and see what you've written, they probably will try to improve it, I hope. Maybe they will try to communicate with you. We've actually added email here as well, so if I see something that you've written and I have an idea, maybe I'll just go ahead and add it, or maybe I feel like I should send you an email first to check in. So that feature should be useful. Again, thanks for doing this part. We feel that it's a unique part of the MOOC, and we feel that it's a place where teachers could get quite a lot out of this experience, and hopefully you are feeling like you're making progress. There is a design strand discussion topic in the discussion list where you can go at any time. Just find it here. And if you put any comments in here, we will certainly respond promptly. So that's all for now, and look forward to another design. Design weeks begin a few days after the regular MOOC week because we need time for the community to give you the peer input. So we wait for a few days for at least some of that to come in, and we keep it rolling in as the week progresses. So I didn't actually see my feedback that I showed you the first couple days of this week, and it came along as the week progressed. Good luck with everything, and let's stay in touch. We'll see you online.